Good morning and welcome to Mornings with Mary. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. As always, hit hashtag replay. See, I'm a little tired today. If you're watching it on the replay, and like and share if that's what you want to do. So today we're going to talk about parenting without punishment. Is it even possible? I'm here to tell you it totally is, and you won't have brats on your hands. How to do it, the fact that it is possible to be a recovering authoritative parent, and how to be successful. So with that, although I look absolutely adorable with this kitty cat and I'm totally tired today, you're going to get to see the real Mary without the filter. So good morning and welcome. So first of all, I want to start off by saying, hi, my name is Mary, and I'm a recovering authoritative parent. I used to spank. I used to yell. I used to do tons of timeouts. I used to lose my temper. I used to really be not a fun mom. I was this mom that I didn't even like being. Good morning. So I was the parent that every doctor told me I had to be, every therapist told me I had to be, every book told me I had to be, and everything in my body said was wrong. So I'm here to tell you, you can go from being this really strict, authoritative, iron fist parent who punishes over everything to a caring, gentle parent who encourages and disciplines rather than punishes. Now, let's put this right on the table right now. Discipline does not mean punishment. All right? Discipline actually means to learn and to guide. It is a discipline when you learn something. To discipline someone means to learn and to guide. So, as a parent who used to yell, who used to spank, who used to take things away, who used bribery, right, to get someone to do something, let me tell you what happened there. So we have 4 kids, okay? I have 2 biological, Rich has 3 biological. That means there's a yours, mine, and ours. Okay, so when we used to yell, when we used to punish, when we used the authoritative parenting paradigm, say that 10 times fast on 90 minutes sleep, right? Parenting, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is what happened. We lost the relationship with our children. We broke the trust, but yet we expected trust. How does that work, right? They would actually come to us and hand us their stuff before they did it, because you know what? Their exact comment was, you're going to take it from me anyway, so what does it matter what I do? Yeah, how's that for a wake-up moment? Like, holy crap, everything I've been doing, totally screwed up. My room. I don't know why we keep dropping. We just do. It's one of those days. So when it came to being able to find the right balance, we were really bad at it, okay? We did what everybody told us to do. We put them in timeout. We took their stuff away. And all this did was create like a break in our relationship, a break in our trust, but yet they wanted us to trust them. Or we wanted them to trust us, sorry. It didn't work. So when Sarah came along, we thought we'd try something new. She's like the experiment child, right? Guess what? We have never punished her one day in her life. She hasn't needed it. It doesn't mean we don't have boundaries. It doesn't mean that there are not expectations of behavior, that there is not a way of going, good morning, Sarah. It doesn't mean that it's like this free-for-all, crazy-ass household. Sarah can tell you, Una's been to my house. We are not like this crazy free-for-all, do whatever you want and you get away with everything. No. Right? It is respect for one another. So when you raise a child with respect for their body, respect for their mind, respect for their emotions, you really don't have to punish. I know that's really crazy, isn't it? Like, I think I've had to send Sarah to her room once in 11 years. And that wasn't because she had, quote unquote, misbehaved. It was because her emotions were way too big and she needed some time to sort through stuff. And she couldn't do it with everyone else around. Okay? So as a parent who used to hit, who used to yell, who used to take things, who used to put kids in timeout, I realized that that dynamic destroys the relationship. I mean, would you treat your spouse like that? Think about this. Would you treat your friend like this? Would you treat someone that you want to spend time with, someone that you respect, someone that you want to grow a relationship with? Would you do that? Well, not if you planned on having a relationship with them, right? Because they'd be like, see you later. So when you partner with your child in parenting, not partner with your spouse. It's important that your spouse and you are on the same page. But when you partner with the person that you're actually working with, It's a huge difference. Rather than taking what you want and putting it on them and expecting them to do it. No one feels good about that. That's called managing. Okay? You're managing people then. You manage a checkbook. You manage your car maintenance. You manage tangible items. You need to lead in a relationship. And by leading, that doesn't mean you tell someone what to do. That means you show them. That means that you model it. That means that you listen to understand. You ask questions. You don't give answers. And that's really hard as a parent because we're like, yeah, we know it. We've been through it. But you know what? We don't know what they're going through. Their experience, their right is unique to them. We might have been down a similar road. We might know the potholes. We might know where there's like a hairpin turn. And we can say, hey, this is what happened on this road for me. Maybe be aware. Here's a road sign. Okay? But their interpretation of it is going to be through their lens. And remembering that is so important because what we experience goes through our lens. What they experience goes through theirs. They're not the same. Okay, you and I can look at that Buddha head and maybe you see the front of it and I'm looking at the back. We're looking at the same thing, but we're going to see different things. We're going to interpret it differently. So when you are parenting without punishment, it's not that there's no boundaries. It's not that it's a free-for-all. There are expectations. And I'm going to use the word rules because I'm too tired to think of another word. But it's like, you're not allowed to come out here and vomit your crap all over everybody verbally. You're just not. If you're in the main part of the house where other people go, you have to be ready for company. Now, it's totally fine to come out here and say, I need to talk. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm upset. Learn to communicate. Totally fine. But if you think you're going to come out here and you're going to verbally vomit all over everyone, get back in your room. That's what it's for. All right, that's time for you to find yourself, for you to find your centering, to do artwork, to listen to music, to rage against the machine. Sometimes we have to do that too. This goes for the grown-ups in my house too. I've had to send my husband to the bedroom because I'm like, you do not get to come out here and just vomit your stress all over everybody else. Go find a way. I don't care. Go outside, hit golf balls. Remove yourself from the situation. All right. So managing means you expect people to do what you tell them. Okay? You manage, like I said, you manage a checkbook. You manage things that are tangible, that you have full control over, that have no emotions. You lead people. People don't want to be managed. You manage when there's a crisis, okay? If the house is burning, you manage. You say, get up. Spectrum has been having awful issues at my house, by the way. So how do you lead without punishment? Isn't that a great question? You listen. You listen to understand. You don't react. That means you don't redo what they're doing. You stop, you listen, you ask questions, you realize that this too shall pass. Don't make a big deal out of something that's not going to matter in 5 years. Let it go, Mama. Just let it go. And if it's a moment where you do need to teach, sit down and be respectful. Talk to them like you'd want someone to talk to you. If you want them to respect you, you need to respect them. And if you feel that voice rising inside of you and you are yelling in your head, because Lord knows that still happens to me, take yourself out. And it's totally okay to say to your kid, as long as they're like above toddler age, I need a few minutes. And even if they're little, it's okay to identify that and to say, I need a few minutes. Mommy's going to sit over here and I'm just going to breathe or whatever. If you want to sit on my lap and be quiet, that's fine. But if you are modeling and showing them what it is for you to take care of you, they are going to model it right back. And then they're going to say, oh, this feels better. This feels good. I can go to Mom. I was watching a TEDx talk this morning, and it's about a judge. And she was saying how she had this gentleman in her court who was an addict. And she looked at him and asked if he had a son. He said, yes, he's 32 years old. And she was like, you know what? You've never even been able to be a father to your son. Come back in 2 weeks, and we're going to help you get into a recovery program. 2 weeks later, he was there. Why? Because she had more love for him than he had for himself. So although you think you're saying to your children you have more love for them than you have, than they have for you, make sure you show it. Because the whole gist of her message was this: when we treat people with respect and dignity, they will rise to the occasion and they will show respect and dignity and go above and beyond. Isn't that all we want for our kids? So don't manage them, lead them. You don't need to punish them. You don't need to take things from them unless you really want to destroy your relationship. I got to tell you, my husband did that with his oldest daughter. They haven't talked in 8 years. 8 years. And it may never be fixed because she isn't ready to forgive and to see how he's changed. And that's just what it is. Relationships take two. It's not just one-sided. So listen. Be compassionate to yourself. Lead through example. And when you feel like you have to take something away to get them to listen, maybe re-examine what it is you want them to know. Because really, what is the outcome that you want? Is the outcome that you want a behavior to change? Then how would you do that? If the outcome that you want is your relationship to stay stable, how would you do that? How does whatever it is that you want to do to them, to manage them, support the outcome that you want in your relationship? Start there. Start with what's the outcome I want. Because when you are clear on your outcome that you want, you're going to know what to do. And if what you want to do does not support your outcome, find a different way to do it. Talk to them. Honestly, when kids have screwed up, they know they've screwed up. And they're going to be a lot harder on themselves. So talk to them and say, hey, what do you think is appropriate for this? This is how I'm feeling about it. This is what I'd like for you to learn. How can we go about doing that together? That they're going to remember so much more than if you just take something. Because if you take something, they're just going to remember that you distanced them, you disconnected them, and you disrespected them. Yeah. So before you take something, before you yell, before you decide you're going to manage their life, think about how you can lead their life. Show them how to do it. So I'm uber exhausted today. I got 90 minutes of sleep. So if you have any questions, ask them below. Like or share, as always. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow morning because tomorrow's Wednesday and it's hump day and that's an awesome day. I hope you guys have a great one. I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.